right, today's Monday, the 1st of August, and we're inching ever so closely to 2023, and many people have been saying that 2023 is going to be a new war cycle, whatever that means. Probably means that we're going to be in World War III by 2023. And things are looking more and more like that is going to be. Now, Nancy Pelosi right now is currently in Asia, making multiple scheduled stops for different countries. One of those stops, which is not officially scheduled, is Taipei. Nancy Pelosi is supposed to land in Taipei, Taiwan. Or not supposed to. She's now expected to actually go to Taipei. Not exactly sure when. Tonight, tomorrow night, or in the very, very, very near future is a good possibility. She's going there to supposedly show support for Taiwan. I don't know why. Nancy Pelosi doesn't belong over there. She doesn't need to go over there. There's no reason for her to go over there other than to stir the pot, I guess. Now, China, we all know, has been making multiple threats against the United States and or Nancy Pelosi if she goes to Taiwan. China has even threatened to shoot her plane down. Whether they're going to, that's unknown. We shall see what shall come of that. But right now, there's three possibilities that I'm looking at happening. One, the first scenario, Nancy Pelosi, despite China's warnings, goes to Taiwan. And China either shoots her plane down or does military actions against the United States. This is a possibility. The second scenario, Nancy Pelosi does not go to Taiwan, heeding China's threats. The third scenario, which is possible, Nancy Pelosi, despite China's threats, goes to Taiwan, and China does nothing about it. So, let's talk about that second scenario real quick. Nancy Pelosi does not go to Taiwan, heeding China's threats. This will look very bad on Nancy Pelosi and the United States. Now, Biden, everybody's favorite nursing home resident, has already said that he does not think that it's a good idea for her to go to Taiwan. He says the military doesn't think that it's a good idea to go to Taiwan either. For once, I will agree with the babbling fool Biden. It's not a good idea for her to go to Taiwan because it could definitely spark World War III, especially if China shoots her plane down. Then we're going to have really no other option than to go to war with China. That would be a World War I moment for us, starting World War III. But this is the second scenario that we're talking about. The United States already has a woke army, okay? Everybody has seen the stupid LGBT pro-military commercials. And they are absolute monstrosities of commercials. Okay? They are disgusting. But the world has seen that we have put them out. That makes us look very bad. It makes us look very weak, especially when our enemies are ramping up their militaries in the proper way, a masculine way, while the United States is pandering to the toxic masculinity culture. the whole, we need to support the LGBT because if we don't, we look bad. We need to be woke. So that's hurting the military. Also, the world knows about our very large issue of not being able to meet our recruitment numbers for the Army. I don't know why I said Army. I mean military. When I say Army, I mean military in general. So, our enemies all know that we are having issues meeting recruitment numbers for the military. Everybody knows. If it's going on, if you can see it on the internet in the United States, our enemies can definitely see it. Okay. So, this isn't a surprise for our enemies. They already know that we have a weak army. And it's only getting weaker. It's only getting smaller. And it's only getting more woke. So, if Nancy Pelosi does not go to Taiwan, it's going to confirm even more so to our enemies that we are pushovers. We are weak, and we bend to the will of our enemies. And that is a very bad, very, very bad situation. Okay? And the whole world saw what we did in Afghanistan. It was pathetic. Okay? It was angering to Americans, but it was pathetic for the military. I'm not saying the military is pathetic. Biden is pathetic in how he pulled out. But that's not exactly what the world sees. Is, hey, America flew the white flag in Afghanistan and they surrendered and left all of their shit there. So if Nancy Pelosi doesn't go to Taiwan, then that confirms that we are even more of a pushover, and we allow ourselves to take orders from China. Okay, so I had to pause the video there because the road was just absolute garbage. It's I-5 through Central California, and it's Indiana road level bad. So the third scenario, let's talk about that one real quick, and that would be again Nancy Pelosi, despite China's warnings, does go to Taiwan, and Taiwan doesn't do anything about it. Taiwan is just shaking their fist, and they're all talk and no bite. Why would China do something like that? Well, the reason why they would likely not do anything about it would be because it's just not the right time to act. It's not the right time to start World War III. Now, I believe China is our number one adversary. It's definitely not Russia. Okay? The whole Russia-Ukraine thing, I said it before, I'll say it again, there's a lot of history behind it. Okay? But China and Taiwan. So, I mean, Nancy Pelosi. So, if she goes over there and China doesn't do anything, it's likely because it's not the right time for China to do anything. They are probably waiting for a better time to act. Why I think right now that is actually unlikely is because right now the United States appears very, very weak. I'm not saying it is weak. I'm not saying it isn't weak. But we are appearing very weak. Okay? With us spending billions of dollars on Ukraine for no reason whatsoever, wasting our tax money on Ukraine for no reason other than to antagonize Russia. Plus, with our horrific pulling out of Afghanistan and our extremely weak leadership, what better time would our enemies have to act on what they want to accomplish. In China's case, taking Taiwan. So there's reasons why they wouldn't do anything, but they're not the greatest argument. Now, I don't really think China's going to do a whole lot. They might do some military actions if she does go. And again, she's probably going to be in Taiwan shortly this week. It's not confirmed when, but she is expected to go. So we absolutely need to keep an eye on what China is doing. We need to keep an eye on where Nancy Pelosi is, what she's doing, if she goes. Now, if she does go, the USS Ronald Reagan, I believe, is in the South China Sea right now, and I do believe the Chinese Navy is also in the South China Sea, shadowing the American Navy. Okay, and if y'all didn't know, China actually does have a larger navy than the United States. Whose navy is more superior? That's up for debate. Okay, I'm not going to say the U.S. is stronger. I'm not going to say the Chinese are stronger, because we haven't had an actual naval confrontation with each other yet. I say yet because it's possible that it could kick off this week. I'm not saying it's probable, but it is possible. It's something that we need to pay attention to. And if this does spark military action, then we could potentially see some massive sanctions on China, which will only hurt the United States and Western countries. We saw what happened to Russia's economy. After sanctions, their economy actually grew. So that could be the same with China. If China does take out Nancy Pelosi, then we're looking at World War III, most likely. Guys, remember, a lot of stuff comes through the South China Sea. That's where everything is looking to kick off. So this is something that we need to pay attention to. This is not a laughing matter. It's not a joking matter. It's very serious, and the potential repercussions for any actions to come could be deadly. Maybe not nuclear, but it could be.